So last, can you mute? Someone is echo is coming. Yeah, just mute by yourself. Who are joining by mobile? Now everybody's hearing my voice, right? No echoes. So the plan is we have a couple of sessions for writing the test cases, and this is very important for a QA role. So last day we talk about how to write the test cases. We initially give you some example, and we went through, and then it will go through the second part, like continuously we will work on, and I gave you the some assignment for writing the test cases. And every student, I'm expecting from you guys to write down test cases yourself, and then review with us, and then you will feel comfortable. So I'm saying one thing again and again. It is very important, because those thing is when you are working manual or automation, doesn't matter, but this is the job you need to work on as a daily basis. So before writing test cases, I believe there is a important topics I wanted to share with you. One is scenarios and test conditions. So sometimes some word or keywords feel you more ambiguity, or like a confused. So that way we can make it clear, like what is actually when you work on those word, if you heard from your boss or your manager or your colleague, and then you understand that what they're talking about. So here, one thing is we can compare what is scenarios you already knows, and what is the test condition. So scenario is probably the method of test, right, or function of testing. What we are testing on that scenarios. Always remember, it is if you have a function, multiple function, and then you can create a scenarios based on how many functions they assigned, and then create the scenarios, positive scenarios or negative scenarios, and then under that you need to write down the test cases. But what is the test condition? Test condition is specified by the tester must follow testing and application. There could be a multiple test condition in a one scenarios. Same thing, the test cases as well. So these test cases, test condition, test scenario, a lot of things, or test plan, a lot of words. Now, when initially you are work with, and then it will feel you like very difficult to make it isolate each other. But when you work on and then you start writing, then you will be clear more. So scenario we already know, so it is a function wise, but test condition, it is about the application. Application means it is depends on which function or which scenario you are testing. So it is depends on the test condition to test scenario. Scenario is a single or group of test cases. So I already told you, scenario always remember is 1:1 relation with the test case, and 1:many, 1:m. It could be, because one scenario could have multiple test cases. And the same is the test condition. Test condition is functionality of anything you want to verify. That's mean what the goal of test cases. So when you write down the test case name, always remember those things. The what you are testing. Actually write down that is specific. Don't test multiple unless end-to-end. End-to-end, we are going through all the way. Suppose like create account. Create account, we need a required fields. First name, last name, zip code, date of birth, or email address, whatever is required. Based on the application, you fill it, fill up the all required fields, and then you hit create account, it got create account. And that is the functionality, but all required fields you are going through. But the same thing for verification. Verification could be how it is creating or not, how you verify. Suppose on your create or submit button, when you submit, and then you get a confirmation number, or maybe successful message will display, or and then you ensure it is got created. But how you, as a tester, maybe you need to coordinate with your database also on the verify on the back end. It is called back end testing. So that's why we will teach you the database queries, how you can retrieve the data from the database, because on the front end somehow it is showing it is successful, or maybe some error is going. So maybe some database connection is lost, or maybe in the database when you write down the query and then you did not see your information is not available in the database. So that's mean on the front end, whatever we are seeing on the application, and then it is showing successful, but on the back end, we have issues, and then we did not find that user or user information is not available. So it could be happen. So that is called back end testing, front end testing and back end testing. So verify could be both place. You can do front end and you may do it on the back end. So it is depends on the application. The transaction, definitely financial company, they do retail or any online business they can do. And then function, structure, elements, those depends on like the status. It could be a lot of function. Suppose like on the Gmail, important is attachment, important is send email for those. And somewhere it is you may have at the card your item, and then they have an order list, previous order list, or maybe you have a wish list, and then from there you can buy also. So a lot of online, if you are definitely we are doing a lot of online shopping, and then you are familiar. So all web application is nothing but it is the transaction or different elements. Elements means web elements, you already know, like text box, radio button, drop down box. And text box is very important because we have multiple types of text box. For the credit card, we have number, zip code, and then date of birth, first name, last name, address, a lot of things. So it depends on the feature. It is called elements. So what we are verifying here? So good test condition ensure that is bug free. So our job is make it bug free. So how you make it bug free? How you think, how you write, how much coverage you do. So good coverage, good test, and then it's reduce the bug. And we could not say 100% bug free. Definitely it could have, but as much as the functionality, main functionality is working, or well-known bug is defined before production. That is our goal for writing the test cases, because we can do on the fly, no documentation. You start doing testing like smoke testing or end-to-end testing, you can do. But the thing is, always remember why you are document, because business people want the number, and also we need to make sure when we execute, we are not avoid or intentionally or unintentionally a lot of steps you might miss it, because our human mind every day is working, it depends on the mode. So when you really work, you might miss a lot of steps or a lot of criteria, a lot of scenarios you might miss. So that way we do documentation properly to make sure it has 100% coverage, right? So that is important. And for the test scenarios here, we are definitely we are specify with the what is business requirement document, BRD or functional requirement document we have. We need to read those, and then if we are not clear, definitely we need to ask whom, our lead or manager, or maybe directly you can talk to your developer. So for the scenarios, always remember you need to think about every function. What is the positive testing? What is the negative testing? And then the boundary value analysis, like BVA. And the test condition, it is like we can say when username and password are valid, then application will move forward or not. So that is depends on the which scenario. If it is positive scenario, definitely it should be valid, both username and password. If it is a negative scenarios, it could be a multiple combination, right? First one username invalid, password is valid, both are invalid, both could be, one is going to be empty, another one you put it. So negative scenario, we will do it more critical. We make it critical thinker. We need to be a good thinker, because this job is how you think, how negative way you can think, and then find out, because human can do a lot of things, a lot of weird things we do. So that way we need to be handle those, and then move forward. Then what is invalid? Definitely expected result is it should not go through the next page, or successful, it will throw the error message, login is not successful, or maybe you forgot your password, you can go to the forgot option, and then you can retrieve your password as well. But this is the login functionality. But other functionality, suppose like a create account could be created or not, or maybe transaction if you do on the banking, and then you are doing from and to, and then when you do the successful transaction, that's mean your credit, your account, if you somebody sent the money on your account, is going to be credited, and then who are sending, they will going to be debited. So that way we can find out that function is as working as expected. And so let's get started. So this is kinds of condition, means how we are interacting with the defined state of the application. Okay, and let me check with another things. Daily status report. So let's do with this. So this is also important when you write down the test cases, or after finish you write down the test cases, you need to execute. And then sometimes what happen is when we start as a team on our regression test, or maybe our test new functionality, when we need to test, we need to send the report to our manager. So who gonna do that? Maybe your lead, or maybe you need to do your manager to send the today's status daily basis. Each and everyone need to put the status. So what does mean? What it will contain on the status? What you need to put it there. So the regular question is what I'm putting on the daily status report. So it contains what did you do today. So daily status report. So daily status report, what you did. So planning, actually that that is from the internet. I am getting from this. What are you planning to do tomorrow? Actually, this one is not on your daily report. That is a part of your daily Scrum meeting. It is a common question. Always remember. Then what you need to do today, and then what you will do tomorrow. And sometimes they ask you what you did yesterday. Mostly when you go to the job, and then the morning time, it could be 9 or 9:30 or 10 o'clock, depends on your company policy. Mostly they are using Agile methodology, and then you are attending your Scrum meeting, and then one by one, each and every one asked by your manager, and then you need to speak about what you did yesterday. Or suppose you are joining, definitely you are not start testing on that day, but you can introduce yourself very fast. Oh, this is this. I'm just joining on QA as a manual tester or automation tester. You can tell them the position, and then after that, the second day, what do you do? Definitely, you are not start testing, and then what you will do? You will go through your access of your application. So maybe you don't have database access, you don't have network access or Active Directory access. A lot of issues will arise. And then that day you can introduce. So I got this database access today, but I'm waiting for my network access or Active Directory access. And then when I got it, I can start. Or maybe ALM, HP ALM is a repository of all test cases or all test set, all scenario, or maybe business requirement document you need to access. So last couple of days, you don't need to do anything mostly. And then we'll go through. It is part of interview, but I'm saying in the give you the heads up, sound knowledge, what is the real when you get a job. First couple of days, you don't need to be nervous. Just everybody go through their access issue, And then when you go through, and then you need to understand that application, you need to go through by your business requirement document, understand your application first, and then you can test. Otherwise, you can jump on writing the test cases, because if you don't understand, definitely you cannot write proper test cases. Yep. And did you face any issues during that day? Definitely you need to mention it on your Scrum meeting. And if anybody resolve it, and then you can mention it, oh, earlier I got this issue, and then I informed to the developer, I sent to the mail, and then I got the update code, and then I execute it on QA, and then I saw it is resolved. Those details, sometimes details oriented you need, sometimes high level you can say, oh, okay, I got one issue, and then it got resolved. We said, oh, what issue? Oh, that transaction is not working, or got the error message, or I put the wrong one, but I am expecting error message, but it is not showing error message. So those way we need to conversation. So that's why always, if you have a issue with talking, then you can may practice start right now. So how you do? So whatever we are giving you teach, and then just go to your go to your mirror, and then watch yourself, and then try to say what you learned from today, or what is the plan for tomorrow, or whatever. So that way give you the confidence how to make the sentence confidently. And the daily report, always remember, it is you definitely will give you the format. Sometimes company will provide you the format, the template. It could be a Microsoft Word, or mostly it has Microsoft Excel, and then they have the columns predefined based on the application, and then you need to put the number. Suppose like they have a 200 test cases, and we are working 5 people, and then everyone got 40 of each, and then the very first day, definitely you are not executing 40. Maybe you are executing 5 or 6. It depends on the how big it is. It could be, sometimes it's very big, it could be 3 or 4, or it could be 10. We don't know. So, but status is, it should be okay. How much total amount will go through, and then how much you execute today, or how many pass, how many fail. This is the status. They have a step. We have a structure like, okay, how much coverage you did. So those are part of the testing report. And documentation always is handy. Sometimes as a senior person, they will provide. If you are, it is depends on your team member. If you are working in the small company, definitely you need to manage all of those. If you are working big company, maybe they have multiple people as a senior wise, they will provide those things. And execution plan you need to work with. Sometimes they arrange the meeting for sprint meeting, or Scrum meeting, for not Scrum meeting, like a meeting with the test cases, review test cases meeting, or review execution plan meeting. So a lot of things. It could be you need to participate. It could be a sprint wise kickoff meeting. There's another sound. Kickoff meeting could be anything. Any new functionalities come, or maybe new for things your manager want to introduce. They can bring to kickoff meeting, or any types of staff meeting or team meeting. They can say. Those are keyword. But always you need to be organized, writing the test cases, and then we can give you the report. And here the main thing is, when you using your status report, definitely we are using with the email. So mostly company, they are using Microsoft Outlook for internal communication, and you need to be a very good habit to use every half an hour to 15 minutes when new email come, or try to read as much as you can. Just get the update. So, and then sometimes they will give you the information with the mail. Oh, okay, can you test this? This is the defect in production. Can you test it? It is happens in QA or not? Because on QA, it was not defined, but in production it got caught. And then maybe the defect number they send you, and then you have a defect repository. So it could be like different tools. It could be JIRA, or it could be ALM, or it could be a Rally, or it could be a Bugzilla, or it could be a different third-party software. A lot of third-party software is there. It just depends on your company. But when you go through, and then you will see the details. What is the description? What is the steps there you need to reproduce? And if you don't understand, definitely you need to communicate to reproduce that defect. If your manager said so, those you need to check with your email, right? If you're not checking, and then maybe it is urgent wise, you need to check. But if you don't check the mail, and then you will not see that was urgent. You cannot come with any excuse, because nobody will babysitting you. Oh, why you are not checking your email? Because irresponsibilities is not working only on your test cases or your Excel sheet or your application. It is a part of your job to get updated what is the company's going on. Some is optional, maybe they inform you in general, you just ignore. If it is, definitely it is part of your application information, you need to get updated. Always remember. That way they will find, oh, you are proactive. So always try to be proactive, and then company will like you, because company is hiring a lot of people, but all are not get hired, and all are not get continued. Suppose I saw it in the real time, they hired five people, and then after a new project, when they come, 2 got fired and then 3 got remained. So why they're isolating 2 and 3? Because their performance, they're proactive, they're working hard, they're active, their knowledge is fine. So that way they can keep that proactive people on their company, because company is not running for even though they're hiring for 6 months or 3 months, but they extend because they need people. This is the company policy. So always remember, this is the test execution report is normally in general the communication, the transparency of your QA team activities during the test cycle, because team or QA manager need to update their his boss also. So what is your team working? How much progress is going on? How long it takes? Sometimes what happens is your site is totally down. You cannot do anything. The whole day achievement is 0. So the status report is showing the same. They just copy paste, and then they just mention it. We could not progress, or we are blocked because application network was down, or maybe application when they build was failed, or a certain time, morning time, they are working on. Immediately when you went there, your application is down. You could not able to do that. You had a target 6 test cases you need to run, but it came 12 o'clock, and then you ran it 3. You don't need to stay over there at 9 o'clock, right? They're not paying for that. Yep. So definitely next day when you go, and then you need to put that report. Okay, we had an issue in the morning time. We could not able to test, and then it affecting our test progress. We did 3, and then all are pass or 1 failed. So whatever status is this. So we need to always give the update. What is the status? What is going on? So normally it's everything is come together as a project team, right? So development team, operation team, and QA team all come together. So definitely we'll give you this daily status report. You will go through. That is the purpose, is like the highlighting things I'm going through. I'm saying to you, but when you have time, you need to go through again and again. And sometimes the status, when we are working at the company, and then they put it the column as a different colors. The colors means the green is on time always, and red means there is some delayed or problem, but it is company state like progress status. And then sometimes they will use as orange. So what happens is when you have a meeting, they might say to you, okay, we are in the orange right now, but our target is make it green. So that's make it green means definitely we need to work little faster or little backlog, like extra work, put more attention, and then make it on time. So same thing they do on the development team also. Same way, because everything is suppose when we do the regression test, normally the percentage wise they are expecting 95%. If pass rate is more than 95%, that means it is good. So they are assuming 4-5% will fail. It is fine, but if it is less than 80%, definitely it has a huge issue. They can't deploy it unless they fix the all defects. Sometimes known issue means when you are working and then it is working, not working actually, that one partially, but it is not affecting that much. Affecting on the business. So even they could not able to fix it because the time consuming or some other stuff is going on, and then that is called known issue. Or sometimes you will heard that when you execute it, they will say to you on the meeting, is that hard stop or soft stop? That's mean hard stop means there's the critical function is not working. That is your hard stop. Hard means not soft, like it is effective. So that hard means, suppose when it is hard, when it is soft. Suppose it's transaction. When you are doing something transaction wise, and then transaction is not working, definitely it is hard stop. Or your order is not getting submitted, definitely it is hard stop. If your confirmation number you get, but you are not getting in email by the email, it is not the business. Maybe they said, okay, we will work on the next sprint, but now we can put in the production. It is no issue. So those are the things. Okay. And this is always when significant phase of complete, it is highlighting how much you make it complete. The number, how many defect is raised, what is the percentage of the defect, or which module it got more defects. So that way they can isolate it, or which developer is working on which one, and then they can find out, oh, this developer has a lot of issues. He could not write down the proper code, and then his module or his function is happens a lot of bug, or it is buggy code. So they then senior person can review with the code, or maybe he can advise the new guy. Sometimes because all developers not the same age, they have a different same thing like us. QAs all are not same. Somebody has real experience 10 years. Somebody just when we go, we don't have a real experience. We are making a real experience, and then when you work, and then it will come. Every company has different environment, right? So those the way you need to do. And then here, did you see that it could be your Excel sheet, the defect open, how much is open, which module, it is admin module, this is module 1, 2, 3, 4. That way they have statistics. They can write down, oh, okay, that way this is kinds of Excel statistics by pie chart, right? Bar chart. They can create, or you can create also. It is not very hard. It is you can learn within 5 to 10 minutes how to create a bar chart.
Or they can make a test report too.
On the test report, yeah, sometimes they do test report, and sometimes test report is look like that. So maybe I can zoom in on it. Did you see here? So this is the module name on the left side. This is the scenario's name. This is the sub level of what is this complexity. It depends on medium or complex or low. Some companies they put that complexity, some companies not. It is depends on. And then responsible the tester. Tester ABC means your name should be there, right? So this is the sample one, so that's why. So date of execution, you can so if it is a regression, definitely every quarterly they will change it. If you have a sprint wise, and then definitely you can put it which day you got execute. They can track it, and then pass or fail here, and then defect number you can put it, or defect ID. Did you see here? Normally when we put the defect, we company they use defect tracking tools. That way they can forward to the developer, and then developer when they fix it, they are put back to you waiting for retest status, and then you retest it. If you find the same issue or maybe another issue, you can put it, or partial is working, partial not. If it is fixed, then you can put as a pass status or close status, actually not pass. Open and close is defect, and pass or fail is test cases. Defect is open and close. And then another important is severity. So what is the severity and priority? Anyone?
Severity means like how bad is the bug, whatever you have.
How bad means?
How bad means like condition of the bug. Condition of the bug, you know, like it's high when,
not condition of the bug. I wanted to correct you.
Severity is something like high priority. The test cases are like, is that high priorities or medium or low, like this?
No, sometimes
priority actually is affect business, and severity is how severe is the problem to affect the software.
Say again.
The priority means how it will affect the business, or severity is how it will affect the software.
Both are software, right? We're testing the software. So what you company or what you saying the severity is affecting the software?
We can send the developer with the severity level, so that they will understand then how important is that, high or medium or extreme or low.
We do have, suppose high, medium priority, or severity high, medium, low also. High priority. So in that case, one example, which one has high priority and which one has high severity? Is there any example? Anyone?
High severity means like,
So high severity means like, is it business stopping? If it is business stopping, then it's high severity. If it's not a business stopping, then it's high severity. If it's business stopping, and low priority if it's not business stopping.
Business stopping means I would say always remember what is severity and what is priority. It is a confusion word. I know it make you confused, but always remember severity is depends on that functionality or that defect, how is impacting, how much impact on your application, how much is impact on your application. Suppose you are going to your ATM machine, your card is valid, you put there, you use your username and password, and then you are not able to log in. Your information is correct. They're saying invalid card. That means card reader has some issue, right? And then you cancel it, and then card is got stuck. You are not getting card. Definitely machine is problem, card reading problem. Definitely you can use another machine. So, and then in that case you can take the card. But in that case, they're assuming like you are unauthorized user, and then they are not giving you the card back. That means it is affecting that machine. Definitely those kinds of buggy machine, they cannot put in the place on the market, right? They need to fix it this. So that is, but another example I would say, this is a real example, real machine I'm saying. Suppose on your machine transaction, you saw the transaction is successful, and then your money is not getting updated. From the credit money, it is showing who are sending. Suppose sender's money has 5,000, and then 2 is me, and then I have 2,000, and then he's sending 500. So after transaction, I will be credited 500, and then balance will be 1,500, and then the sender will going to be debited, and then it's going to be 4,500. So in that case, when you see what happened is transaction is successful, they're saying, but you are not getting credited. But debit is showing 4,500. That's mean huge issue. Where is this money going? Where is money goes? It seems like it's vanished. But yeah, somebody's got credited. That means that is huge bug. That time its severity is very high, and then priority definitely is going to be very high. But another example, I would say low priority, maybe not low priority, severity is low. and priority is high. Still priority is high. What is that? Suppose on your application, your logo is not working. Logo is place is there, but logo is blank. That's mean that's is priority high. Definitely company's reputation. Definitely it could go. But that is affecting to the business. That logo? No. Because you can do transaction, you can order, you can buy, you can do other things. The main functionality is working fine. That means severity is low, but priority is high. So vice versa, always remember this mean is depends on severity is how it is affecting. Suppose on your mail, right? You want to create a account. You put all proper required fields to fill up, and then when you hit submit button or create button, that button is not responsive. You are clicking, you are keep clicking, but it is nothing happens. It's no information is showing. Suppose like successful or something else, it is not showing the user. It is finished or going to the another page. Nothing is happens. Confirmation page is not showing. That means button is not responsive. Functional wise, it is not working. That means it is high priority and high severity. Suppose function and then they resolve it. The result submit button is working fine, and then successful message on your companies, they're saying successful, but message is properly not showing. That mean button is came, and then suppose not button. I'm saying you click the button and confirmation page. It could be pop-up message or it could be a different page, another page, and then that message is showing, but the font order is not good. The font is not maybe very small. Font is showing very small. That means severity is very low, priority is very low. You got it? It could be because it's working, but usability is not good. So always usability issues. It could be low priority, but it is not affecting the business. Function is working fine. So it is depends on. It could be medium. Medium means suppose like you are trying to enter your date format. Okay, your date of birth, and then date of birth it is showing that YYY, right? And then somehow for illegal date of birth when you put it, and then invalid date of birth when you enter, it is taken. It's not showing the error message. That means it could be a medium. Yes, or medium, or severity is low. You can try it is medium. You can put also.
When testers are coming into the picture, developers are doing this thing. So when testers coming into the picture and writing the program,
coming with the echoes, right? Could you please take Mamunur? Who is Mamunur? You can mute by yourself, please, because we are here a lot of echoes from you.
and now they are checking the edit file.
Hello, Mamunur?
And checking the error file and checking the valid information going to valid error information.
Because I'm not the organizer. Organizer can do that. So can you tell Asad bhai, Mamunur, make it Mamunur. Maybe he's away from he's opening his laptop. He's doing some important stuff. He's active guy.
So if it is not, that means the valid.
Anyhow, sorry for that. Yeah, always remember those things. Severity priority will go through.
Developers come easy. Why don't
Priority.
developers come this 20? Then the developers program is 20. That is what testers are doing. Again, I'm saying, I
He's taking some other lectures.
out of 100 records, 80 to the value.
Someone, I'm coming with guys. Just stay with me. Give me 2-3 minutes. I'm coming. Okay, guys. Let's start again. So this is the report we talk about, right? This is the report. It could be the yellow header. You'll see this is the header columns on your report. It is on Excel format. And what happened is here you already get the familiar. It is sample. I would not say like every company will follow the same. It is depends on company to company, but it is example. So take the initiative with that and then make a report yourself and then put on the Excel sheet all the headers and then we'll go through. So this is the status, and sometimes there is a cut of it could be maybe you can put some another column for the comments. So what happen is you may put some test data column. Suppose which test data you use when you get the defect. So suppose you may have on your email address, right? Invalid email address, you may write down 1,000 way or a couple of hundred way, invalid. So what is the invalid? Invalid means there is no proper domain, or @ is not there, or .com is not there. It could be .net or .com. It depends on the domain. But what is called invalid email address could be different. So when you put the defect, definitely always use your test data as well, because that way they can replicate, because they don't know maybe one special character is working, another one is not working. Suppose they are saying like you can use dash or underscore, but if you use other symbol, suppose other special characters, and still it is allowing, but it should not allow. That is defect. So that's mean you can put what maybe percentage sign or hashtag or other. You just put it as an example. So a special character, I use this. This is the test data. So that is good. You have a documents, and then when you work, and then suppose like after 1 week or 1.5, when they fix it, or maybe next day, it depends on priority wise, and then when you need to rerun, and then you are able to aware of what was the issue, what is the data you use, and then you need to same type of data you need to use, and also some other as well.
How we check the boundary value for email field?
Invalid?
For email ID, how we check the boundary value for email field?
Invalid value?
Yeah.
Invalid value means, suppose you already familiar with the Pizza Hut, you can check with, that is easy one. I would tell you, even though different companies has different features, how you can valid or invalid. Invalid means you are not creating here. Invalid means you see here is the example, right? you@example.com. So you need to follow some logic. So if you put test 01 and then @gmail.com. So dot I did not put, right? And then when I go there, immediately it is showing in enter a valid address. This find out how they find out. That means it is there, but .com they are expecting very end it will be ended by .com or .net or something, some domain. But it is how they isolate. It is Gmail is the domain, or com is the domain. Okay. They can understand that, right? So that is the things. How can they handle those? So they definitely their text they are putting there. So immediately there is 1,000 way. So when you put, that is definitely is working fine. But if you are taking out this, if you put %, maybe character is wrong, right? Yeah. And then immediately it is showing. So 1,000 way or a couple of hundred way you can make it invalid. So, but which one? A page name is wrong where UCP is a heart.
There's a bird.
Oh, please.
You see the live example?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Exactly. So
no business stopper.
Even though here you always you can remember, like it is not high priority or high severity, you can write a lot of characters, right? Maybe they're allowing 256. I tried more than 100, and then it's allowing. So in that case, boundary values it is not mentioning. So in that case, you can get information from your manager, they care or not. Maybe they said, oh, okay, we are fine because we are not creating the email address you are entering here because we are not mail provider, email mail provider. There is a Hotmail or Gmail, or there is some personal companies also, right? When you work on, they have, but they are not giving you the user ID more than 50 characters or more than 20 characters. Nobody create those, but at least not like email address. It could be your name, it could be your address, it could be your password. Always remember, when is a text box, get clear information, your boundary value. What is that? If it is not mentioning, and then you put as a bug as also, and then they will put it non-issue, or maybe they will reject it, or they said like it's okay, we don't care. It is non-issue. We know, we don't care. On the front end, maybe they are not verifying or validating actually. Okay, those are the things always you need to come with. And what we've been there, so yes, definitely it is live bug. So, and then after that, if you feel some you are rerun that, and then you make it fail, and then you put the defect, and then defect tracking tools you need to open, and then you need to write down the okay, email invalid email function is not working properly, and then you submit the defect, and then it will generate the defect number, and then that defect number you copy it and then put on the report.
We need to take screenshot of this.
You have a when you have a defect, you might put on that tools. Okay. Suppose you have already defect tracking tools. Defect tracking tools, they have a comment section, and they have a attachment section. They have a videos upload section, notes section. Lot of things. I will show you one example of our companies how they are manipulating. I have an example one. We'll go through, and then I will share with you. But it is depends on which tools they use. Definitely they have on that tools, they have an option. But also sometimes on your test cases, I already told you, we can create a separate tab for screenshot. If you find some issues, and then you can take the screenshot over there too. And the next time you can use it. If you need the attachment, and then you can put the defect. Suppose like what happened is, as personal I do, I just test it, and then before 3 o'clock I test it. How many bugs I find, I put it there. I put as a issue list, and then I open my defect tracking tools after 3, and then put it everything. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, and then put one by one. Sometimes if you prefer, I'm not saying follow me, you can follow, you can do by yourself, like okay, immediately when you find, open a defect tracking tools, put it everything over there, put the screenshot over there, and then they can use it. So why we are using screenshot? Because sometimes one picture is more than 1,000 words. Because that time maybe they will, your development team or developer will say, can you provide the screenshot, or can you reproduce? Because he might say on my dev environment or maybe my local, I did not see any issue. It is working fine.
Always keep approved.
And then yes, if you don't put it, and then immediately he fix it. He put it on the deployment. He put the deployment, but he did not inform you. And okay, test it, and then immediately you come and then you saw it is working. That time. So that time they take advantage. So don't them whatever you are saying. Suppose like if I go to if I work right now at my company, and then definitely if I say, oh, this is the defect, that means this is the defect. Nobody said, oh, it is not. That confidence I have. Oh, definitely, because I know the application. I know this is not working. I put this defect, and then nobody said, oh, this is non-issue. Because I know the yes, function well. So this is the sample one, and then we'll give you the another sample as well. Okay, let's go again, another one. Okay, close this tab. Let me check. So this is, we'll practice test cases little bit later. I know last time I also will talk, right? We'll talk scenarios, test scenarios, test cases. So suppose this is the example of another template. Suppose here is the defect ID, and then you put the defect ID starting with DEF, and then you put it like that way, and then open date. This is the close date. They wanted to track it, how long it takes to close it. For your company wants like that statistics, and then you put it there when your status is closed, and then definitely you put the close date. Did you see here? And then you can, when you work on, you can put it like that color. So that's mean this is closing date. That's mean status is closed. Which one has open? That doesn't have close date, because it's still it is opened. And then how long? It is depends on how long it opened. And then who is reported by? Reported by who is find out that bug. So reported by you, and then maybe you, if your team is working, and then you can find out how many defects got by you, another person, so on. And then this is assigned to, normally they use for the developer name. Maybe you are not able to do that. Maybe your manager is responsible, or maybe development team manager is responsible to open this file, and then he will assign. And then developer team, they open this, and then definitely maybe it is they are doing in the Excel sheet. Maybe developer team, they use the defect tracking tools to navigate, like for tracking purpose. They use JIRA ticket, they assign to the developer, they're working on it, and then they fix it, they put it the status in progress, and then after finish bug fix by developer, and then he put it waiting for retest status. And then after that you come here, and then you update those. Because why they prefer to Excel sheet parallelly defect tracking tools? Because in the one Excel sheet they might have how many defect is there, how it is easy to maintain. So still they are using the old school facilities, even though we do have latest tools, but also they are using those, lot of companies parallelly, both are they are using. And then the status you see here, this is pass, or this is fail, or whatever, right? So, and then monitoring, waiting for retest. This is retest fail. This is the again you retest this, and then again it is failed. And the non-issue. So those are, and then something is blocked when you make it blocked. So suppose defect is blocked, then you need to put the suppose you need to give the status report. They said like, okay, test these 3 defect or 5 defect, whatever, and then you put it blocked. What time you put blocked? Why it is blocked?
And they couldn't able to fix it.
Not why they, why you. Said like why I am, why you, right? You are tester. So when you make a block means maybe suppose your site is down, or maybe database is not available, database connection is lost, or maybe some deployment is going, and then they put your application down, and then when they try to bring it up, it never up. Network issues, or maybe a deployment issue, a development team issue, some known issues, or maybe third party. Suppose like they are using a lot of times they will have AWS, Amazon Web Service. They're using cloud machine, virtual machine. They deploy it, and then somehow connection problem. You may face it. So that time you can put it blocked. You cannot reproduce. Even the test cases, it could be blocked also. Test cases when you make it blocked. Suppose that functionality, you have a test cases, but functionality is not implemented. Right? Yeah, maybe next sprint developer will work on it. But your test case is ready. Then definitely it is not gonna run. That time you can put it blocked, or maybe the same reason, environment issue. Or maybe sometimes what happens is for admin user, right? Admin functionality you need to test. So that means admin user and password you need. But in the database, then they did not provide the test data. Because maybe your manager or your developer responsible to give you the account, sample account, or maybe transaction you are doing. Suppose I work on companies, and then we use our own credit card sometimes, and then sometimes they provided the gift card. They said, okay, use the gift card, and then gift card number, they gave you $300. It could be refund, right? But somehow refund is not working, and then you use whole 300, $5, $5, $5, $20, done, and then you don't have an available balance. You cannot do because you did not know refund function is not working, so it is not happening, and then now you block. You cannot buy more, right? A lot of status. This is a lot of real-time example I'm saying to you because I'm facing the same.
Thank you.
And then that time you can put the status as a block. That test case you could execute. Suppose like recurring. Suppose you are buying some product for 1 day, for 3 days, or 7 days, for weekly, or bi-weekly, or monthly. A lot of packages. Even though I worked at Comcast, and then they have a hotspot. They have a 1 hour package, 2 hour package, day package. Before it launched, and then we did this, and then we need to check it. Oh, that recurring is working or not. Recurring means that card information should be there, or should be saved somewhere. If it is not, then how you can recurring? So those types of things we need to check it, right? Sometimes a lot of function it is grayed out. Even function is there, but option you cannot able to select. The radio button is disabled. So that means you cannot do the further test. You cannot even, that is required field, but somehow you cannot take it because submit button is not working, because it's required you need to put yes or no, but both button is disabled because you are not able to do that. That time it could be another block. You cannot create or you cannot submit. Why it is blocking? You can put on your comment section. You got? And then this is the description as much as you can put it. What is the real defect? Like why it is defect? Which function is not working? You can put on your description. And then environment means depends on your which environment. It could be a browser, multiple browser if you use. Sometimes what happen is real-time example. I would say Chrome and Firefox is working. But when we use Internet Explorer, and then same function is not working because it's browser issue, compatibility issue, browser compatibility issue. Or another issue was like a Mac operating system. We have a Safari, right? Mac operating system we have Safari browser by default, and then that browser when they open the application, they see nothing. All are empty pages. That means the text is not supporting. The font is not supporting. When font is not supporting, then they cannot able to navigate because they have a structure, frame is there, button is there, but level is nothing. So that means they cannot proceed. So it is browser issue. So it could be happens lot of things.
You have to put the environment.
Yes, definitely it is depends on when you working on your suppose same application they want to check it on your Android mobile or iOS mobile, and then or desktop, and then Mac. So maybe they assign, okay, same test case you need to run on 4 environment. They will provide you the device, tab or Android phone, and the laptop, and then other one. They will provide you. They will provide you the machine, and then you need to put the same URL and then check it. Oh, on mobile it is distorted, or font is correct format. Like all the layout is showing right order. So those you need to check for the usability, or maybe we have issues real time. We had issues like, okay, same submit button, when we click, Android is not working, and another day they fix it on Android, and then that fix make affecting on the iOS, and then now iOS is not working. Vice versa, it happens in real time. Before production, a lot of issue you will face, and then that time you can put the environment, and then on the defect you can mention it on the comments. You can also mention it. Okay, it is not working on that iOS operating system, or Android, or Linux, or maybe Windows. Windows has multiple versions here. Windows 10 is new. A lot of legacy means legacy application means old application. So old application they might put it the old code, and then it is not supporting Windows 10. It is supporting, or it is working fine on Windows 7. So they know it is Windows known issue. So that time you can put it. You can put as a defect, and then when it is fixed, and then you can read that.
Okay.
It is
Russell,
depends on,
I have
right?
a question.
Yep. Go ahead.
So I see you have a defect ID number, but how it correlates to the requirement? Like is the requirement number?
That one is a defect number. This is Excel sheet. So Excel sheet, it could be maybe it doesn't matter. You can put D starting with D or DEF, starting from 1,000 or starting from 100. It is depends on. You can put it here. But if definitely company use like ALM or bug tracking tools like a Subversion or Team Track or Bugzilla, what happens is when you submit that bug, it will generate that defect number, and then that defect number you can put it like that. You see here the JIRA issue. We use JIRA ticket, so that JIRA ticket is the real for the development team, and then they put the JIRA defect number. This is the issue list. So we have a different columns. But why we are putting on our Excel sheet, then we can calculate how many defect we have. But number is depends on your company's tools. It could be a real time. Real time is defect is starting from DEF and then 5-digit number. So something like that. So it is you can put on your real defect number here and then associate issue number. This is your like not team tracking or a defect management tool. It is on your Excel sheet. You can start with anything to find out how many defects you have. It is not trackable, but defect management tool they use, it is trackable. Trackable means they assign to the developer, and then when you do the Scrum, you already knows, right? We last time we also talked for JIRA. Suppose when you open the JIRA and then you saw it, the JIRA board is look like, suppose like this is the example of the JIRA ticket, JIRA board. So this is the one guy name, there is the another guy, this is the all are single name is all has last name. So this is the all last name is showing here, and then or maybe first name, whatever. So this is the guy when it is selected this guy, and then he has a all task before his sprint is starting, and then when it is going through, and then his progress. So suppose like you are creating the defect, and then you create a ticket, and then that ticket suppose Srikanth is the developer, and then my manager, he will create a JIRA ticket, or you may create a JIRA ticket, and then my manager will assign to him. And then what will happen when he select his name, and then he will see under his to-do list or all the number. Did you see here? This is the number AWD 139911400 whatever. So it is under that JIRA board. So it will come like that. This is the JIRA number, and then they put the name on it, and then description is will show you when you click that link. This is all our red color is the link. When you click, and then you will see more details, attachment or comments or more details. But this is your to-do list, and after that, okay.
Russell, I like in last class I was not there, so can I see the JIRA system, because I am familiar with the ALM, not with the JIRA tools for QC. So can I have a look with the system?
Yeah, I'll go through. I'll go through later, because right now we are focusing on the test cases. Definitely, I will give you that link. Just email me, and then I will reply back to. And then it is self study also you can do, and then step by step I showed. And definitely we'll go through again later. But everybody is not in the same page. It is personal request, but I'll recommend it to you. Go through that notes again. Or if you don't get it, I'll forward to you. But this is the first page.
Is it PDF format, or I can access that?
Yeah, it's PDF format, because you can access the company's JIRA. This is the PDF step by step it has. So here I will go through again. Don't worry. Who lot of student is new come, and then we will check it again with that. Okay, it takes like
I'd
15
like
to
to
20
know how
minutes.
to operate JIRA in the QC and like unit testing purpose.
Yes, if your company is using LLM, then definitely they are not using the JIRA. This is the same purpose. This is also JIRA is also a project management tool. So just let's start it. How it's look like. Maybe you will get more familiar. So here is the icon. Your icon. Your icon means your user icon. It will show here after login. And then this is the board. This is the burger sign. This is the board confidence. Board,
Okay.
and the dashboard project, how many projects under that. Yeah, you need to select the project proper project name, and then you can different code. Means right now it is working the sprint 24, and then that is sprint is starting, and then it will close by 12 days. It will show here, and then this all the day, all the name it will show here. Who is the member of that your team?
Assigned for the application.
Yes. Actually, assign means who are working as a team. So when every day Scrum meeting come, and then they will go by from left. So how you are standing? Sometimes they are from standing wise. They are going through one by one next to each other, and sometimes they are going board wise. Suppose this is the first guy, then Vinita start, then Sravya start, then Srikan start, then Anil start, then Arif, like that. So on they move. So but
where is the defect assigned? There should be something defect column and something requirement column, test cases column.
Here actually on the JIRA or Kanban, it is mostly same. It is not like Microsoft Azure DevOps tools. They have more columns, but mostly Kanban and JIRA, they have 4 columns. One is to do, and another one is in progress, and then waiting, then done. So what they do,
so where will be the test cases in the JIRA?
JIRA is not test repository. JIRA is management tool.
Test cases?
It is not like ALM. ALM has management tools, and also they have a repository too. You can write.
That's why I am familiar with ALM, and if anything defect arise, so how will I assign to the assigned person? Is it possible through JIRA?
Yes, that's why I'll tell you here. Just go through first. When they assign, it is coming on your to-do list, and then if you are working, then you can drag and drop in progress, or you can open it, and then you can change your status in progress, and then after that, developer will work on. Developer is working on waiting. Normally, we are not using any waiting. If anything is working fine, which one is assigned, like this is the testing, right? And then this will remain for whole sprint, and then last day of sprint we will do done. But if anything is specific, suppose this is the item or web confirmation number not populate, it is like an issue. So that is a web confirmation number, like confirmation number is not generated. That means they assign to me, and then I put it in progress. I test it; it is working fine. And then I move into the done, not waiting. Waiting is mostly they use developer.
Yeah, no, I understand. But my question is, so when I'm during testing, when I find the defect, when I'm testing, so which tools we are gonna use? Will it be JIRA or?
Yes, we can on JIRA. When you click the create button here, when you go to the create, then you can create a task. You can create an issue. So if you create a task, it will come like that. If you create an issue, that defect will.
Okay.
So something very quick. There is a bunch of lists here. When you go through, you see here. Under the work, it has waiting and done status. You can drag and drop. You can change also from here. And then description has the link, and then here is the attachment is there, and then who is the developer, when is created, all are information here. And then under the comment section, it is saying, okay, please add a screenshot on the issue list. Ticket get more in light into the issue. And then after that, the tester saying, okay, retest and working as expected. In the meantime, he put the issue, and then he pinged that guy, Vinay Reddy. Oh, okay, I already put the this is the issue list.
Okay.
So you can do, and then I'll tell you. You see here, create a subtask. You can do also subtask. You can create task and subtask or issue. Here you can create, and then they have a lot of options. You see here, assigned, assignee, and reporter. Reporter normally is going to be your manager name, and then assignee is going to be your name, and then when you whatever you maybe your name or maybe developer name. When they change it, it will come.
I'm looking for this page. Yeah. When I find any defects, so how will I assign? Where should I write the defects, and how do I?
That is the assignee. This is the template. This is the JIRA template. You need to follow, and then you need to fill up all things, and then you can put priority and then issues, and then after that.
Where can I get this page? Will it be in a create?
Yes, you will get it. I'll tell you. They under the move, and then you see here is the create button, and then even though here is the create button. We'll share this file, and then you will check. You can find out.
If you share this file, then I think I will be more clear.
Here you see here, you have assignee, this, and then reporter is the manager name, and then those are all information. When it's resolved, when it's updated, when it's created. All information is there.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
No problem. It is always remember, JIRA is not like a backtracking tools or project management tools. Okay, and then screenshot you can put as a separate columns. You can put as a defect here as well. Defect screenshot. So last time, what we did, we go through. One example I shared already. Excuse me. So validation, verification. What is validation and verification? Okay, maybe this lecture I need to check with that. So here. It is also as a QA, it is important what is validation, what is verification. It is same as a severity, priority, similar word, or scenarios or test cases, lot of ambiguous, but make it dive into more details. So verification, what is verification? Verification is like check if created system. Created system means our application, web application, right? Our software, right? Whatever our application is. System is according to the company standard or not. It is your verification. That means it is working as expected based on what documents? Business requirement documents, BRD, or functional requirement document of FRD. So that's our verification. But what is actual validation? Validation is physically ensure system operate according to that plan. That means there is the two question is common. Verification is did we build the right system? Validation, did we build the system right? That is the question. So what does mean? Oh, okay. Still, if you are confused, that means go into more details. Suppose you are executing some function, some scenarios. It could be username, login functionality, right? Login functionality you are verifying. Verification is your login functionality, right? Based on your login functionality. What is your verification? Verification is login functionality when both are correct, successful. When it is not correct, unsuccessful. Anything is incorrect. So validation actually what you are doing each and every time. That is your validation.
Validation means like when I'm doing testing, when we are implementing the test cases.
Yes.
Yeah, this
when
is
you
the
are implementing after execute, after during the execution. During the execution, you are validating. Before execution, you writing the test cases for or based on the scenarios. It is your verification point. How many verification you will do? But validation is your
when implementing the test cases. That is validation. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. So and then that way you can do. Oh, okay. That is your 100% coverage. How you find out? So personally, I will recommend it to use the binary. If you have as much as if you have a combination, that is the better technique. So here is suppose I'm assuming binary, the machine is only knows 0 and 1. Last time also we go through, but again, if somebody miss it or refresh your brain, then 1 is correct and 0 is incorrect, and then that way you can make it combination easy way like that. Is there any other combination? No. For 2, this is maximum 4. So if you write down, if you test this 4 way, then you make it 100% coverage. There is another way incorrect, you can put as an empty field. So if you bring it as an empty field, if you put is okay, 1 is for username, correct username, and then 0 is for incorrect username, and then another field you put it as a empty field. So there is another one when you have a 3 items, or maybe 3 items means you may have your like confirmation number or checkbox on the username and password. So a lot of combination you may have. So that time you can put it the same combination. This is the 4 combination as it is. I just copy paste. Right here, the 11011000, right? Both are here on the top. Same. This is the for 2. So how you do the 3? Same. You do the 4 and then put for 1. The same set put for 0. Easy. So that time you can put okay, this is username and then password valid, and then you put the what is called PIN number. Sometimes you need a PIN number, right? For your login, mostly you need a PIN number for your ATM, or maybe for your online banking. Then now they are texting or email you the confirmation number with your new device, right? So that time you can combination. Okay, both are correct, and then you can put another combination. Okay, username is correct, password is invalid, and then PIN number is correct. Then username, password is correct, PIN number is invalid, and then username correct, both are invalid. The username is invalid and then password is correct, PIN number is correct. So those way when you come with this combination, that means you have 100% coverage. If you don't have these types of statistics, you are writing and then you need more times. And then if you have this statistics, how you write down the test cases? Easy way. It takes a matter of time, like 10 minutes you can write. But if you don't have these statistics, you are writing, oh, which one is missing? Maybe you might write down 7. Oh, you thought like, oh, Russell bhai, give us the technique. I know 3 is coming with the 2 to the power 3. That's mean 8. And that's mean it is like it should be 8, but I write down like 7 or 6. Well, what is the another one missing? So that is difficult to find out. So that way you can find easy way to write down the test cases. So if you have a multiple mode, definitely you can put another one, 0 and 1. So same thing you can create, right? If I said okay, 4 items, it's going to be 16. You can put it like 6 same item for 1, same item for 0. Another set 8 and 8. So it's going to be always double, multiple, because the binary. So if you have a 4 item, 4 to the power 4, 16 like that. Okay, and then lot of quality when you working, like always remember failure is not working at all. What is the quality? What does mean quality? Quality is where quality assurance. We are working as a quality analyst. So an analyst means how analyst you are. That's make you how good tester you are. How you analyze. That is the job. We are giving you some path, but you need to be critical thinker, right? You need to some points you need to come through from your brain. You need to work. And correctness is there, reliability, efficiency, integrity, usability, maintainability, testability, flexibility, portability, reusability, all are quality. Talk about the all are about the quality talk. So those are important, but definitely these important topics too. Validation, verification. Are you clear? And then how you can write down more test steps, how we can test, how much way you can test. There is a lot of 1,000 way you can test. So always remember to check with that. Okay.
So our validation is always our exit criteria, right?
Validation is your exit criteria. Correct. Validation is your exit criteria. Good point. Thanks for Kumar. That is also a good point, because verification, definitely you are verification. You doing some verification. You write down the test cases. But validation, what you are validating? Validating is your traceability matrix or exit criteria or acceptance criteria. Right? We have those keywords, right? You are familiar. That means when acceptance criteria means, okay, that's going to be like that. Suppose like you are doing some transaction verification, and then on your application, if they say like if you are using more than 2,500 transaction, you need to your manager approval. Or on the ATM machine, you have daily what is called daily transaction limit, right? Maybe 750 or maybe 1,000. You cannot make it more, right? You cannot take it. How you do the validation? That is your validation point, right? So you can do 2-3 transactions, or you can do 1 transaction. How many way you can validate? So limitation of 1,000. You can make it 300 for 4 times, and the 4th time will fail. You can do 1 time for 1,100 or 1,200 or 3,000, or you can put exactly 1,000 is allowing or not, or it is saying 1,000 but it is allowing 999, not 1,000. When I put 1,000, it is giving the error. That means it is failed, right? It should not allow 1,001. So how you come this? BVR, boundary value analysis, right? How you get this? Boundary value analysis. That means when you have a boundary value for 1,000, definitely you put which data? 999, 1,000 and 1,001, definitely, right? So always remember your status or your function, how it is, how business requirement document said. So, and then how you test? Definitely you put the negative number, and then you find out that they're properly showing the error message or not, as expected it is showing or not. It is negative test though, but also you need to test to working as expected. So, and lot of things, right? Last time, let me check one thing. We discussed like how you can write down the test cases for not this, or let me check. Did you follow with your other class? I think I did. Sample test cases, step by step, not like that. Just 1 second. Not this. Where I put it. Give me 1 second. So just go through. Let me go through. I'll do one thing. This is scan items. I do have scanned. Not here. I do have. Where I put it. Forgot. Assignment. Yes, under the assignment it has. So last time we shared with you, there's another student, our student, he started to write down the test cases, and then this is his template about the Pizza Hut. So when we also last class we also shared, and then this is the test case for end-to-end. So end-to-end means okay, you have a verify user registration with valid data. So, or you can write down here, if it is a word down, verify user registered with registration or create account. User create account functionality. Right? We have a create account.
Yep.
Verify user create account with valid data. So this is positive test. And then all steps we have, enter username, enter password, how you already knows. This is the create account page. Create account page, it is come here, right? And this is the URL. This is URL, what is called the Hut rewards registration, right? Hut reward registration. This is the URL for this page. You can come with this page directly with the URL, or you may click from your home page, join. When you click join, this page will pop up. Then what do we have? We have email address, password confirmation, username, password, last name, phone, and then zip code. And then after that, you have optional. This 3 field is optional, and then this is definitely required, terms and condition, and this, and then click. So what it does, it's the same steps he wrote down: enter email address, enter password, all blah blah blah, and then he click create account. This is the steps you need to write down too, like the same way. And then need valid username and password. Precondition means you can write down better way. You can write down like that way. So what I will do, I will come with not like that, because I'm go through.
You can put like gather all the data.
Yeah, make it another one. So what we need to do, I know this is difficult. Create here, Control V, and then make it like that. Okay, so you can drag and drop or double click, it will automatically expand. If you doesn't have any enough space, you can move your mouse. You already know, last class I already teach you. And then when you have this arrow, and then you can expand it. Hold your left key and then drag and drop. So anyhow, so you can write down, so need valid. You don't need to all information. What is the precondition? You may write, you may not. If you want to write down, you can write down user details should be available, right? Before you restart, use the first name, last name, or email address, and then those data should be available. That is better way. You can write down. You don't need to all fields write down. For it is make it clean, nice and clean. Okay.
Valid user details should be available.
What?
Valid user details should be available.
Yeah, you can write down. This is that's a good point too. But yeah, it is okay. Nobody is saying it is incorrect, or it will refuse you for that. But better understanding for other people, definitely you can write down, or you can modify. It doesn't matter which one you feel comfortable. It is up on to you. It depends on, sometimes it is not always you are executing your test cases. Maybe you are here for a certain time, and then when you go to better opportunity, and then you will leave the company, and then somebody will come, and then they will review, and then they can understand. They are not going, oh, this is garbage. We also saw a lot of garbage too. Garbage means a lot of test cases doesn't make any sense. Even though I follow with my manager, you see, you gave me that test cases, but the step is missing. Here from here to here, when I go, I didn't see anything. Because there is a lot of steps is not mentioning for what I need to enter it. That is not reviewed by their manager that time, right? It was written by 5 years ago, so they did not even modify.
Yes. Some are detailed, some are not. So some are. I face the same problem.
Yes, but why we are why they are doing? Always remember, when you are starting writing test cases, it is not, you are not responsible to execute your test case only. Sometimes they are randomly put it there. Suppose your test cases, 200 test cases written by 5 people, but it is not like same test case you will execute. You might execute some other people test cases. They might execute your test cases. So that time, if they execute, they will not come to your desk and ask you, oh, this man, I don't get it, what you are writing, or this step is missing. That is not a good sign. So, okay. And then
so we need to provide the URL in test data. We must
test data URL, you can put it on the test data, like which environment you are using. The suppose test data, sometimes what happens is maybe they might have set 1, set 2, set 3, and then at that time you can put it set 01. Maybe they have a 1 URL. Okay, URL, you can put it that URL. Suppose here is that, right? Suppose Control C, you put it, and then here you come, and then Control V. Suppose after that, what happened is mostly they are not using .com or .com. Maybe they use portal port number, maybe 1080 port number. This is for first quarter. Okay. And then second quarter, they already keep it. They are not make it down. This is active server also. And then what happen is, suppose you want to write down the second line. Can you tell me how you go to the second line on your Excel sheet? Alt or enter, right?
Okay.
So alt or enter, when you do, if you do only enter, it will go to the next next column. You cannot write on the same cell. So and then what you can do, set 02, you can write down, and then colon here, and then copy paste. Maybe that port number got changed, 2080. This is for second quarter. This is your second URL. You got it? So something like that, and then you can put it. Okay, we not 0, actually this is 2. So what happens is, you can track it, which URL or which port number you use for that test. And then because maybe this one is passed, and then when you regression you do, and then that time third quarter they have 3080, and then that time this case could be failed. So that way you can track it, which URL you use. If you have a multiple URL, if they use constantly same, it is not required. It is depends on the, it is our document, but as much as we can make it better. That is our goal. And then this is that test data. I would say this is the good way you can write down. Then that way, if you put the number on it, then it's a better way. You can we can find out which data is what. You don't need to put it again, or email is equal to that, and password equal to that, like that. So that approach, I like it personally. But maybe you can write down some other way. You can write down something like that. Email. You got it? My point. Email you can write down like that. And then this way you can write down, okay, password, or P, or username, or a name. You can put the first name, FN. So something like it is upon to you. But definitely I do have steps, so it is better to have number. It's nice and clean. It will look like that. Correct? So those are the things you can do that. And here we'll go through. Last time I know we'll go through first. Suppose like which one I already spoke. I think this one I did not save it. That is another one. So did you see? Always go by one, and then this one is create a valid username with valid data. That is end-to-end test cases for create account. This is the scenario is what? Scenario is create account, right? Yep. And then invalid combination could be lot of way. Yep. But before that, before jump, write down the feature level or field level test cases as well. Yep. If it is required. And then that way, when you write down, suppose how you can write down for email address. So one is for valid email, verify email field for verify. You can write down. This is not like that way. I like it like verify user able to enter valid email. Okay. On whatever. So valid email address, you enter it. This is your steps. You don't need to go to URL and then again blah blah. Don't need to repeat. And then this is definitely what this is for error message should pop up. No, this is for actually if we put valid, then it will not. If we put it valid, should able to enter it. Correct or not? So what we need to do, make it for, my opinion is, put it here, make it for invalid this one. Okay. And then same thing, you can make it for valid, because what you can do, control copy paste, and then put it as a valid. So invalid email address, you can make it email address 1000 way, the test data, right? So you are not writing all of those definitely, but as an example you can put it test 01 and then hashtag gmail.com. This is also email invalid. Or maybe if you want to put couple of more, you can put test 02 @gmail.com, right? So something like that. So that time, what we can write down, verify. It is better way if we verify error MSD, error message or whatever, error message for invalid email address. Correct? So definitely we are verifying the pop-up error message. Correct? So invalid you can do, boundary values also you can do. So this is the one test case. You can write down the same need value. You can write down. Sorry, I need to make it invalid. So here need valid user email. Then same thing you can do that. Copy paste, and then here what is the expected user able to enter email address. Post condition always you don't need to, field level as well also. Post condition sometimes not. Post condition is like after the functionality. Suppose like scenario, you create account. So create account, when you create account, that means post condition you need to check it, you are able to log in or not. Suppose then you are going to the sign in, and then you use your username and password, you able to, and then you verify your post condition. Oh, after create, user able to log in. This is your post condition. It is not always required. It depends on company to company. It is optional field though, but also how you write, I just give you the heads up how you can do that. And then when you execute, definitely you can put it the result. If it is an issue, then you can write down. If it is not, then you can put as expected. Working as expected, or account is created successfully. You can write down when you execute, account is created successfully. Here is future tense should be, here is current, always present tense you will use on your actual result. Okay, and another thing, suppose like, okay, how you can cover for your email address. Suppose we are using a positive test and a negative test. This is positive and negative. What else we have? What else we have? Can you tell me based on this? If you know one field better way, and then you can do other test cases as well. Tell me, anyone? Yes, you can do. So this is also invalid. You can write down the test cases as well if you want. You keep it blank and then go to the next next field. So how you write down? What do you want to write? Verify. You can do verify or check, whatever, or you can write down verify user able to keep blank email field, email address or not, or email address or required field. So when you do, your test data is nothing there when you write down, and then what happens is, if you go here and you are not choosing anything, you put the password, it is not doing anything, and then after that you will go there, put some name, put some last name, and then put some number, and then put your zip code, and then after that you go there, put here, and then put your information, click create account, and then it is saying registration error. So did you see the field level is not showing your field is empty or not? If you go to the next field, suppose password, from password field you keep continue, but you missed that required field. So that's why this pop-up is defined. Then error message, correct? So this is also warning message or registration error message. What is looks like is going to be bold, and font size is bigger than regular. This is going to be like that. correct? So please complete this required field. Make sure you are matching with the this number, because mine one is not matched, right? So and then try again. But ultimate is okay, registration error. What you can better way you can write down these test cases. Which one is verify user get registration error when keep blank email address, right? What is the expectation? Expectation is this: a registration error message should pop up, correct? Correct or not? So you can write down whatever feel comfortable. It is not like follow me 100%, but the way ultimate goal is everybody understanding what is this test case does. So this is for blank one for valid, one for invalid, any other, anyone.
One for existing, if you have an existing data.
What? For 16, I don't hear you. Sorry about that.
If you have an existing, like last time you showed that
oh yes, that's good point. That's good. Yep, that is also, it should be come to the picture. We can put it after invalid. It is part of. So another one is what you can verify user able to use existing email address or not. You can write down like that way. Verify, not user. Verify user able to use existing email address or not. So that's mean what is your test data? Test data should be precondition is user should be registered, right?
Yep.
Otherwise you cannot do that.
Yep.
That's true. So how you can find? Last time we showed you. So that's mean test test. This is example too, but I am doing this, right? So test not actually, yes. See account already exists.
Yeah.
So account already exists, error message should be pop up, right?
Yeah.
That is our expectation. Definitely we are executing now, we are getting this, but definitely when you have application is not available, definitely on your functional requirement document will display. And then when if it is not specified, they did not determine, then you can put it error message should be pop up. When they will implement, you can update your test cases according to that error message. So error message means error. So that's mean account already exists. One reset password should be error message should be pop up. Error message, right? Like that way. Correct? You can make it red color for that. Should be displayed or not pop up. It should be displayed because it is not pop up screen, right? Should be displayed. So it is depends on. And then another one, any other. So you see how many way you are testing. That's mean 100% you need to cover, right? So one field, how many test cases we can write. So your brain is working. Okay, valid we did, invalid we did, blank we did, existing we did. Everything end user could make it, right? So what else? Capital in small or special, it is invalid. Part of is valid. You can do, but it is text field. You can do invalid combination. You can do how they handle. Another one. I assuming anyone can answer. We also miss it. One important validation. Boundary values. Did we check? No, right? Now is it working? Oh, this is a silly mistake. So we did not check it, right?
Yeah.
That did we write? No, that is missing here. So you see here, he wrote down only one test cases. So how many test cases we can write? Field level?
Yep.
So that's why. So, and then put it another one. Exactly. So and then here we can write down what? Verify BVA value in email address. That's a good thing. One thing is, I will tell you, I will share with you here. This guy is laid down like that. This is also okay. Nobody will prevent you. Nobody said this is not good. But as much as make it better way. What is that? Did you see password length he put down here? On that field, we have minimum 6 characters. Like already boundary lower value is mentioned, not maximum. Definitely, if it is like that, definitely you can ask your manager, ask your developer, or a business requirement document is not mentioning. Definitely, you can get from there what is my maximum number for password. Is that 16? Is that 32? Is that 20? Or how many characters combination? They are saying case sensitive. Okay, special characters is allowed. Which special characters will allow? That is under the question it will come. If it is business requirement document is not specified properly. Sometimes they are not allowing everything. Sometimes they are allow specify special characters. You got it. So those way when he write down, when he write down for test cases for only password field, because it was mentioning like that, but he did not put the email address or confirmation number. But it's okay. For what he write down, verify user registration when password length is less than 5. That means this is your, you don't need to. You see here, I don't like these steps. You don't need to start with username, email address, because you are doing field level. You are not going through all the way end, right? But here for empty blank one, how you can do that? Steps, how you write down the steps, the blank one. We can keep, you can write down keep empty email, right? Then go through the second all. Correct or wrong? Because we did not see until create account. Right or wrong? And then you just copy paste. That's better. You got it. If you don't put that step, how you can reproduce? Correct. So that way I'm working on it, because that the way you write same steps, if any other people follow, then they can reproduce it. If I don't put it there, then maybe you need to explain when registration will arise. But if you put like that, you don't need to explain. Okay.
Russell, I have a question.
Yes, please.
So for every test, do I have to show this test data? Because it's going to be every invalid or valid test. I do need all these steps.
Here I would say no, it is not required, or put it as optional. Here you don't need to. I would say when you keep it all empty, put as a valid all or valid data. You don't need to even though mention it or every time. We don't need. But at least if you put some specify, then you can do that. This is redundancy. They don't care. At least you have a scenarios or coverage. That's fine. Nobody will come with, oh, what is the, there is data is not important here, right? This is optional. Even the, but because it is required field, otherwise we cannot generate. If we by mistake, if we miss it unintentionally, so that is could handle or not. That is our goal. Our application is can handle or not, can define it is empty or not. That is the testing goal, right? Testing goal is find out the proper message user get or not. Another one I told you, right? So another one, what we can say, oh, let's continue with the boundary values, right? So boundary values, he wrote down the test cases for boundary values is less, minimum is 6 characters. What is the boundary value? 5, 6, 7 plus minus 1 and 1 you need to do. Anything boundary values rule is -1, actual value +1. So I told you like for $1,000 for ATM machine. That means 1 minus 1900, 99,000 and 1001. If you suppose you are entering some places, you need to be 18 years. Your age should be 18 years. So if your age should be 18 years, that means your boundary value is 18. That means you need to check it. 70 is allowing or not, 18 is allowing or not, 19 is allowing or not. So what is the test data? If we put 17, that means it's going to be not work. If we put 18 or 18 plus, then it will work. Or same thing, boundary value 1000 or 1000 plus, it will work. So expectation is depends on your test data, correct? But in that case, you can write down separate test cases based on the test data, or you can write down one test cases, you can test 3. If it's not working, then you can put it issue, oh, boundary values less is not working. Maybe some greater than or equal sign is missing somewhere on the development team, you already knows. So that way they are using, because lot of things, sometimes when they put the logic, suppose like age, suppose age is greater than 18. If they put this logic, that means it is true for 19 plus. It's getting true. But actual 18 will fail. Actual 18 will fail. Because why? The age should be 18 more than. That means we are avoiding 18. If we put greater than or equal, then it will work. So what happens is, developer is human being, they might put the equal sign, forgot by mistake. That time, that's why boundary values analyzing is important for us. You got why I'm giving this picture? If we have this picture, and then it will go on your brain, because you have a visuality, and then you will remember easily. Okay, there's the technique too. So less than, if they do, and then whatever, okay, less than $1,000, right? If they do, and then definitely, if your amount, AMT, and then definitely it will not work for 1000. Amount is not 1000, less than 1000. It's true or false? No, it's false. How is true? 1000 is not less than 1000. 1000 is equal to 1000. Right? This is true. Correct? So that means when if we have this condition, always it will fail for same amount. Greater than or less than, it will fail. Always we need to put together, equal sign or equal sign, like that. Got it? Like that. So programming language, when we write down, we need to put that logic as well, if this is the condition. That's why boundary values. So what you can write down on the test cases, you can write down 3 test cases. Okay, boundary, okay, email address for lower amount, suppose here is 6 characters. He wrote down how verify password field for less than 6 characters. Verify, what is the next one? Verify more than 6 characters, or verify equal to 6 characters. But my personal opinion is, go to boundary values. You can write down email field boundary value analysis. So you already knows, when you enter less than that, error message should pop up. You can write down that.
We can cover that all 3 in one test case, right?
Yeah, you can just test data, you can put it. Positive you just ignore it. Less than you can put, or equally you can put it in one test cases. You don't need to write down the, okay, less than 6 characters, equal 6 characters, and then more than 6 characters. More than 6 characters means if they have a boundary values for 6 to 32, that means 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There is a million way you can write down positive. We are not using, our ultimate goal is not using all data. It's not possible even. But make it less, and then it is fine. No, it's that as expected. So you can write down boundary value analysis, and then expectation is less than 6 characters. If user enter less than 6 characters, error message should pop up. You can write down.
Not too lengthy, right?
Or not too lengthy. Or you can put it, okay, less than 6 characters, it will pop up, your password must put it this actual message, whatever you feel comfortable. And then create account should not be successful. Definitely you don't need to. This is post
question.
I don't like it. You don't need to enter every time for post condition. Post condition, you are not validated. Here is no post condition. Okay, go ahead.
So in your requirement, the SRS, you should have these also, the error message pop up, right? They should have that written down in the requirement.
Even if company is CMM level 3+, they might have. If company doesn't have, I saw it real-time experience. No, lot of things is legacy application, and then they converted to new technology they are using, and then they don't have any documentation. They have existing application, and then based on that existing application behavior, they are writing their code. So that time you may not have your business requirement document on your hand. So that time you are putting on your run your legacy application, and then find out what they are showing there, and then put it as expected. That is my recommendation. Or company also tell you the same, or manager will tell you the same, because they don't have business requirement document, or that time BA was not there. They did not properly document it. Lot of companies, they don't follow all things, because right now you already knows, like when you are go to the driving instructor, they will say, okay, write down stop slow, and then go brake properly, that, and then the same one here, when he get expertise and then become a taxi driver, and then when he see the yellow one, he put the more gas.
Yeah.
But any instructor he see no. Instructor never said, okay, go to that, because this is out of boundary. This is nobody will tell. They'll lose license.
That's our invention.
So that's why whatever we are following here, we are following the level 5 maximum level. But lot of things you will feel it discrepancy when you work, because that's why getting a job more easy, and working job is more than easy. Okay, so you study. So because when you're working, it is not that hard. Because even you are focusing on particular sector. You know, but right now we need to learn a lot of things, like MBBS doctor. They're learning whole body, but when they become a what is called like any specialist, they're working on particular body, right? Yes. Study more. So you are becoming more, we don't know which application you are what. So you become more hands-on experience, more environment wise or application wise. So when you switch, there's maybe you will get totally different environment. Totally different. Someone is saying, oh, she already work on ALM. Maybe the next project when she got, their company is using JIRA. And then another one, the third one, maybe another Bugzilla or Rally is using. Then after that, you become a boss. Oh, I have everything, hands-on experience, no problem. You dominate people. Oh, this is very easy. And the first day, oh my God, I never use it. How can I do? You're shaking. Not like that. Anyhow, so what we can write down here for one field. So there is another field is I put it. Invalid blank is okay. Verify boundary values analyzing BA value in email address. Okay, you can write down and enter email address. So enter email address. Sorry. So and then test data, you can mention it. What is the maximum? Maximum I am assuming assume just don't write down, but assuming 100 characters. Okay. Then that time what we need to write. So email, you can put it 99, right? 99 characters. You can put it, and then after that, same thing. What is going on? Control C. enter, Control V, enter, Control V, and then you just put it 100 characters, then put it there 101 characters. Email address. You don't need to put 100 characters here. Just mention it, it's fine. Sample data, anything you can put A, B, C, D, Y, Z. But nobody does. But I'm saying this is for email address. Maybe it could be a password field for maximum. We don't have here. That one is another one. So, okay, you can write down in that case what you'll do. You can write down, okay, lower value, verify a password field, lower value boundary analysis, maximum value boundary value analysis. You can write down 2 test cases because there is a 2 point, less than and maximum. Suppose there is a 2 boundary means less than 6 characters or maximum 32 characters. Even though on Pizza Hut they did not mention it, but minimum 6 characters they mentioned, right? Maximum what? They did not mention. If they mentioned it, okay, 20 characters. So that time you can put it, okay, verify a minimum boundary analysis for password field, verify a maximum characters boundary value analysis for password field. You can write down whatever you feel comfortable to understand for all people. Got it? So think about, so how many test cases we have for test cases for what is called for email address, right? So why it is become like that color? Okay, so 1, 2, it's too small, make it zoom. So go here, little bit here more. So maybe here you can able to see. So here boundary value analysis 1, verified, keep blank 2, and then enter user able to enter valid and invalid existing 1, right? And then what is called invalid, sorry, somehow it's moving, I know, because it's Microsoft Excel field. Anyhow, so this is the example. I would say when you do the field level, you don't need to go through all the way. You don't need to write down all the way. Just put the amount is fine. Step 1 step is fine. You don't need to repeat for all fields. So that is, you need to rewrite those test cases. Correct? So that way, if you start writing, then we can modify it. Oh, what is going to be better? You will learn from other people. You will learn what you need to focus on more. The next time you need to pay attention more, and then how critical thing you are and how you need to address those. Right? So I give you this. You can keep continue those for writing whole things. Write the good way and then put the templates like that. Okay. Why is cold here? Right? You feel cold? No, you don't feel cold. I feel cold here. It is. Anyhow, that's true. It will do more hot. I have allergy, heat allergy. So let's see what we can discuss for more details for test cases. Last time let's see, we'll tell you one thing. Now write down more test cases about validation for not like that. Give me 1 second. I'm looking for another document. Maybe we can share with you guys. Or if we don't, maybe we can continue for another. We can talk later as well. So, tell me one thing. I can also write for what for the text field is important, right? Everything is text field. Mostly you will face it more difficulties to write down the text field because every text field has different feature. Feature means if it is a zip code, it is a text field. Zip code should allow 5-digit number only, right? If it is a telephone, then 9-digit number on 10-digit number only. If it is a name field, it is only numerical, right? No number. If it is a address, then alphanumerical, right? And those all are, if it is a credit card field, then maximum 16-digit number will allow. If it's the expired date, maybe 3 to 4 digit, not more than that. CSV number or what is called not confirmation number, CVV. So CVV number, so it could be a 4-digit or 3-digit. Mostly 3-digit. Maybe Amazon is not Amex is using 4-digit as well. So last time we talked about like drop down, right? You already aware of how you can, when you test what you need to write. Based on that, we already discussed. Write down those and then we'll review. I don't want to repeat right now, but let's go to the next one. So what is that? If you want to do the text field, we already have, but I want to get from you how you can, what you need to check. What is the validation point you have? So, and then if you don't have guys any Notepad++, I'll recommend that it is free open source software. Open source is like the developer is free to give you to use it. Nobody charge you. This is called open source. So open source software you can download Notepad++. That is good software for writing all text. Sometimes you need to use this. Okay. So for text field, what when you write down the test cases, or when you testing, what verification point you need to put on your mind? Just put one by one. Test case. I can write down here, or maybe I can write down on the word. Maybe it is very small for you guys. You cannot see, but you can practice on your Notepad. Yes. So Microsoft Word. So here for testing in text field. Text field. Sorry, text field. Okay, go ahead. What do you need to check? Okay. Text field. First one. What do you need to check?
The box is there for the text input.
This is definitely this is one usability. Box is there. You do definitely box is there. Check box is
like the data in
correct. Characters or numbers, right? Able to enter or not. And then what else?
based on the requirement, you should only allow the integer or number depend on the requirement.
Can you enter or input lower case or upper case? It depends on. Sometimes they're not allowing. Sometimes whatever you put it there, they automatically convert. Sometimes only for upper letter. They're not allowing. When you start writing, it will automatically convert to upper letter. Even though if you don't put it caps lock or show shift keys, it doesn't matter. When you start writing, it will convert it. So it depends on. If it is, definitely you need to check it's auto converting or not. Okay. So that is here. Can you enter lowercase or uppercase, and then yes, definitely we will come this one special enter special characters, and then what you said?
Can you input a space?
It's sensitivity, right? Yes. Right. And then what else?
Russell, do you check to see if a space is about, like, can you put a space in?
Yes. Okay, I'm coming. Check. Check mixed, right? Mixed match like alpha numeric characters. Then another one is maximum and minimum boundary values, right? Max or min value, min characters, right? And then
characters or value? Max or min characters or value?
Values is characters, right? We're entering the characters. Value means values also character. There's number values or values. Values is like a the word you are saying. This is what is the value. Character is in general word. Character is general. Values is under the characters as well.
I'm just talking about like each for like for 20 characters or.
No, that is maximum minimum, right?
Yeah.
Maximum minimum characters you can put maximum input and minimum input. You can put both. Maximum characters, what maximum characters, what minimum characters. You can, but at least you need to check list, right? Those is important. Another, tell me.
Allow blank space.
Blank space, okay. Allowing blank or not? Sorry, it is blank space or not? Then blank, yes. Then
Allow existing one or not? Maybe
not existing. Actually, text field existing doesn't matter. It depends on your functionality. It is not the text field. Text field you are entering the one time. It is not comparing another text field. The text field 1 and text field 2, then it is comparing. It is different. Suppose like password field, confirm password. That is, but we are talking about in general every text field. That is, there is no way you can verify it is existing or not existing. It is the another advanced feature. If it is implemented, how they can check it when you enter it is existing or not, because the verification come from the database. They need to check it immediately. This is different, but this is where in general in the text field, not the functionality. So anything else? Put your mouse, your mind. Open your mind. More, come more, explore more. Anything we may miss. Right? You miss it. And then what? Yeah, copy paste you do. And then what else? Cut, copy paste. Yes. You can do cut and paste or not, right? Copy paste or cut paste, whatever. And then suppose like Chinese characters or Arabic characters, yeah, they have a regional application, right? Regional application. Those application international languages allow it or not. So that's also a special symbol.
Yeah.
Like in the copyright symbol is there. Sometimes
Symbol belongs to the
special characters, correct. Sometimes special characters is a lot of more specified, but this is fine. We can put it under that. That's okay. We don't want to. But another one, what?
Language.
Foreign language. Foreign language. And else, what else? Do you know mouse over? Over. It is called mouse over. It is a HTML things. What I can JavaScript. It is not showing here. It is difficult to let me. Yes, Google also showing this. Sometimes they're using. There is, I didn't see any mouse over. So what happened is, did you see the mouse over means? Here I can show you. So when you mouse over on the link, it is come as a hand sign, right? Hand sign can, and then here is a hand sign can. Then, but when you put the text field, your mouse got changed to bar sign. It's become a bar, right? So that is called mouse over. So mouse over means you are put some elements on your mouse on the top. So what happens is mouse over text. Sometimes they give you the more details or the pop-up small message. That is called hover message, pop-up message. It is not here, but better to, I will show you the Gmail. Let me, I think Gmail they do have. Oh, yeah, let's see. Oh, it's automatically going to. Yeah. I know. This is why it is showing me.
You can open a private browsing incognito.
Okay, this will not taking. So you know the incognito mode also. It is private mode. He said you can go here, open as a new incognito mode. So it will open new. So it will not taking the cache or session. You can reuse it for your. Lot of times when you have a cache issue means suppose how you do what suppose like you are doing sign out functionality. You click sign out, it got message sign out, but when you go back button, you see you are still signing. That is very big bug. Right? So you sign out somewhere is a cyber cafe. If you use, then somebody going to the login and then they click the back button, they see your amount is there. Oh my god, I got a lottery here.
Incognito mode is safe. No one is getting your ID.
Yeah. So here actually sometimes not. It's not even showing. So anyhow, I will show you another day. I forgot to put. It is not showing, but it's fine. What happened is if you use your mouse top of that text field or drop down or button or link, and then they have a pop-up message. So that pop-up message, suppose this is the message. So what they're showing here it is showing email or yes.
You can also do it from the taskbar.
No, taskbar is not mouse hover text. It is like a functionality. The link is showing on the here. I know what you're talking. Here if you go here, sometimes go up a little bit, you'll see on the taskbar. It's saying like very fast time when we change, and then sometimes it is showing. You see left side. Sorry. I'm moving my terms and condition. The URL is moving right on the all the left side, above of the star button. So that is your mouse over text. So that is for link. But sometimes what happens is I'm talking about the text field, right? So when you move your mouse on the text field, that's mean your message will pop up. And then this is the phone number and email address. What is called placeholder text. Also, you need to check also. How you can check it? If you go inspection, you will see here mouse hover text. What's a placeholder text? Did you see? This is the code for input box. This is the type is email. Class, don't worry, don't get panic because lot of things is here. But find out what is that? Identify the data. Data is initializing for, just make it little expand. So here the level you see here, area level, phone number or email. This is the text they are showing here. Sorry, even though I'll show another one. Did you see here a text field search button flying from? Already they are showing city or airport, but when you start writing, the airport name is already gone, right? It goes away. So that means this is the text for usability. User already knows, even though we do have level is fly to and fly from. Excuse me, this is for the text box. This is the level, but inside we have some text, but it will not display always. When you start writing, it will be disabled, or it will be in by default. When it is empty, it will showing. If it is not, and then it will show you before you start writing. It is called placeholder text. Anyhow, so that one you need to check it. Your placeholder text is showing or not. Lot of courses, front-end developer, they are doing. You see here, placeholder text. This is the one I'm talking about. If you are right click that field and then go to inspection, and then you will see this, the property name is placeholder, and then whatever they write down, city or airport is smaller, right? C is capital, so you need to check it that is correct, is showing or not. So that placeholder text you need to check also. All your text field, placeholder text, you already got it, right? Check. Sometimes what happens is they start writing, but placeholder text is not removing. It is staying on the text box at the way very last. Like you are writing your name, then also the name is coming by default. It is not getting removed. So that also you need to check. That is also placeholder text. Okay. And mostly we cover. Did you see how many checkpoints we have for that? 13. So previously, did you think like that way? Is going to be one text box is going to be like that big. So when you testing those, even though I'm not saying this is the 100%, maybe some other feature will come, but at least if you have on your mind when you're testing, and then if you go through based on that functionality, if you check it, definitely you are fine. Reduce your error or bug. That is our ultimate goal. And then same way you need to check it. We'll check it with you. Example with the drop down as well. The last time we go through, then write down the drop down list and send to me. Then we can think about, oh, okay, how much way you can think, how much way you can test. We already discussed the put on the document. Then that will give you more picture. Let's save it. We can share testing text field. So okay. And another important things, because that way your brain should work, right? Suppose, another important, I feel it, have this. Why I'm writing this, another way for enable disable, right? Also what happened is cursor position for editing.
Yeah,
that is important. Got it? What happened is even though in my current project it has an issue. What is the issue? The timestamp. Timestamp is you already know. So the timestamp is DDMMYY. Then hour, minute, second, millisecond. We have those because we are financial company. We have a millisecond million times, 6-digit milliseconds. So anyhow, that one randomly we need to check it. The transaction. Okay, this hour. Last 1 hour, how many transactions it happens. So hour is important. So particularly we have a timestamp. Suppose like 20. I'll go through like that. Dash is this is January, right? And dash is today's date is 27. And then dot is hour is 13, right? And then minute is 04. And then we assuming is 42nd or 49, right? And then dot whatever 6-digit is there. This is AM. Sorry, PM. Okay, this is our timestamp. And then what happened is we need to check it last hour. So what happened is we need to check only this for 12, right? And then it got modified, and then cursor immediately on the right side. Did you see Microsoft Word? But when you put on the text field, and then it will remove for all, or maybe they will not allow to writing, remove everything, and then it is annoying. And write down from beginning 2019, 01, 27, 12, everything is from beginning. It is annoying. So you cannot modify in the middle. So now Microsoft Word is allowing you, right? You can put, you just select and then you put it, and then immediately if you delete it, you see it's got reduced the character, and then when you start writing, and then it moving to the right side, right? Sometimes it's got overlap. It could be like okay, millisecond is got removed or second is got removed. A lot of issues. So always remember also it is editable properly. Cursor position for editing. That is it. Difficult to, if you are not showing this, you cannot understand. So definitely when I show you, you have a clear picture then what it does, because Microsoft Word is working as expected. There's a definitely, but when in the text field, if you work, definitely you need to put on your mind. Okay. Just another thing is another what? So can you guys, for very quick, for everyone, can you write down the test verification for ATM machine? Yeah, just write down how you test. I wanted to check it, how many you write. Just I give you Excel or Word, doesn't matter, or Notepad. You don't need to put everything, just put the name, verify invalid username, verify invalid password, verify invalid PIN. These are 3 commons, and how other, we all have experience to use the ATM machine. Yes, ATM machine. That's the way you can think. I know, but if somebody is joining to the mobile, they can use Notepad or desktop, and then we'll go through. We can match it, because why I'm involving you, that way your brain should work. How much you use ATM machine, you already know. Target anyone, whatever you see, then start writing. Start now. Now is start now. Now is 107. So I'll give you 5 minutes, not more than that. Now is 1. Put it as 07 or 08. Okay. So on 13, welcome. You can write on your notepad. Yeah, just but you use your ATM machine, right? So think about like how you use ATM machine, or what things you need to go through. Here, there is a lot of buttons you press, and then coming the lot of things you check when skin is there. So those things. It is not related to, you don't need to be a QA for 6 months, or need to be a class for everybody is the same pace. Even though if your first day or other day, everybody, then they never, I believe they never write down test cases. That's why I told you not the test case. I said like verification point. What you need to verification. Suppose if it is difficult, I would recommend it to write down test validation for your Coke of can, or I gave you one pen. Write down the validation point for pen if it is good for you.
Verify the ATM card or ATM card machine?
ATM machine. So if it is difficult for you, write down the can of Coke, and we will discuss, because that way your brain will work. Or what? Suppose unknown application come onto you, and then you said, "Oh, Russell, by they never teach us this application." It is not possible. But when you have a basic, and then you have a common sense, and then like your inspection, your brain work, and then definitely you can go through, you can write more thinkable. Anyhow, So done, people. So if you done, can you inbox me? So Roxana, okay. Debit card needed. Let me check what she went there. Okay, I got from Roxana. Thank you for that. Okay.
That's like 2005.
Yeah, it's over there. It's they have a button message. You can enter it. She wrote down this. Oh, that's good. Great. So these are definitely what is called here. Did you see debit card needed? Okay, debit card needed. I did not say it's going to be debit card or a credit card or any other card. So I did not mention it. So definitely it is a card needed. Active card, we can say. Okay, Ruxana. 1 minute.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. I'll just talk about first couple of things. When you write down this, that's mean first question you may ask me when I give you the task. I assume from you, okay. For ATM machine, it is for only credit card or debit card as well. Sometimes debit card is not work only for ATM machine. For credit card, a lot of companies they have, and certain time they have. Suppose all credit types is not allowed. Maybe Master, Visa, all very common. Maybe MX, Discovery, nothing else. There is another credit company is on the market. Maybe that machine is not allowing. Correct? So it's fine, but you need to get more clear. Oh, okay. I gave you an example. I gave you the assignment. You jumping to write down. Why I'm saying this? I know I can copy paste somewhere else, but why? How you need to be thinkable. When you get some task from your manager before you leave, get your common question. What is this? And then after that, like you go over there and come back. Oh, what is this? You did not mention credit or debit. You go over there and then you did not say it is a valid or invalid. Oh, and then go over there. So don't go forward and backward. So before you leave, as much as just get the general knowledge. So come with the question, or maybe you come over there and then you come put your question in one place, or you can put on the post-it or somewhere, and then when you meet, you can get the answer all one by one, or you can email about that task. Okay, I need to clarity more details about that test. I need to do below answer, and then you put the all questions whatever you have on your mind, and then send to your manager. Okay, so user need to be registered. No, did I say it only registered? No. Okay, did you get that right? Because when you go to the ATM machine, I don't need to register. I need to get my money. Just use use your card, but card should be active, right? If your expired card you use, definitely you cannot able to take the money because it will throw the error message as expected, right? So those are the things. Put in mind. Did not mention anything. Active card need to be prerequisite. Active card should work, and then ATM machine should be electric on and active. True, right? That is a precondition. If your card is good and then machine is bad, you cannot take the money. So both need to be prerequisite. Both need to be work as a prerequisite. You can enter it, and then we can go verify more and more. So anybody else you send it? So okay, go with her. Then she put it there. Okay, verify pin. Verify pin one test case. Definitely it should be. Enter username and password, or language. Select the language. Exactly. I'm saying like all it is depends on the user perspective. All ATM machine is not featured same, but it could be different. Suppose like maybe language preference is not there. Maybe she use it. She just swipe and immediately pop up for the pin number. Got it? I'm assuming, but you're valid too, because if you have a language preference, definitely before entering PIN number, that is going to be first check. But if you don't have language preference, then you cannot write down. Or it is also valid. So here we are seeing just common here and there. It's fine. User need to be registered. No, sorry. Enter the bottom should work. Enter button, clear button, cancel button should work. Okay. Verify card reader is workable. Screen should be active. Touchpad should be enabled. Language selection would be visible. Selection button or language, if she's putting here language enabled, then definitely that is going to be first preference. If you go step by step, right? She mentioned it here also. Language preference. So definitely before PIN it will come, and then before enter, you need to definitely check clear or cancel button. Definitely card reader should be active. It is prerequisite as well. And then screen should be active. It is also, but at least details, definitely when you check more details, it is not physical. But we are going to, as a software tester, we are going to more focus on software application. We are assuming button is fine, but if we have a screen button, cancel or clear, then definitely it should work. That also you need to validate. And then touchpad should be enabled. Definitely touch the screen, if mostly sometimes old one is was button on the side, right? So definitely it should work. And then language selection, and then select button should be active. Select button, okay. User should be able to choose their amount, manually input the amount. If maximum amount user should be denied. When transaction is done, money should dispense. User should get receipt. User can email. Before leaving, user should be asking if the transaction user should be remove their card. This is Roxana. Okay, this is her validation. Anybody else? You need more? Do you think you need to validate more, or it is covering everything?
Okay, but before everything else, we must see if the machine is actually on service or not.
Okay.
Okay. And before while we are go to a ATM machine, at first having an before making a transaction, we must actually insert the card, and we must actually make sure we can insert the proper side of the card, and machine should machine must read the proper side. Otherwise,
okay, I understand. So first validation is your card reader is working or not.
No, my card is on the proper side or not.
Your card is proper side or not. That way you will find out card. Definitely if you put, suppose you flip flop or maybe magnetic tape other side, you enter, suppose it should be on the right side when you enter card, but you put it on the left side, and then you it is not the right order, and then definitely your card read is going to be wrong.
Yeah,
or message should be error reading. Message should be pop up. Not decline, error message should be pop up. Error reading. Decline will verify after verification is active or inactive.
No, when you are entering the wrong side of the card, the ATM must return your card. Okay, you don't take your card.
Yeah, that is the multiple things validation. First validation is it should give you the message error reading when you put other way. So that's mean your reader is fine, they reading, but it is not reading actual magnetic tape. So that's why it is throwing error. It could be flip flop, it could be other way, or it could be invalid. So all are working. Definitely it is coming with your card reader. First you need to check, suppose all function is working fine, and then when this is the second one he's mentioning, your card should be, you insert the card, right? And then it take whole card. If it is taking whole card onto the tray, and then if it is wrong, then definitely wrong order, it will not taking inside. Definitely you need to check it is taking or not. If you put a wrong way, then definitely it will not take. Suppose your second order, you need to take, you put it there, but it is invalid, expired card. It is invalid, and then card will be returned. Message will be displayed invalid card, and then when it is showing invalid, that time expectation is it will come to from the tray to return to you. Right? That is one. And another one is when you select when card is first thing about positive. Negative will definitely card negative. It able to read. That's it. It is pop-up is coming, enter a PIN number or language. That means card is fine. Correct? When card is fine, this will come. If card is not fine, if there is any error, that means it will pop up and then return back to you. Pop-up message. And then after the selection, you enter the PIN number. So when you enter the PIN number, you see the home page. Home page means it has a maybe the next page. Next page it is coming for your checking account or your savings account. From where you want to check it. That page is displaying or not. After PIN number, account selection, definitely account selection will be pop up. After account selection, you have a multiple option: deposit, withdraw, or they might have quick withdraw, or they have a history or account balance balancing query. A lot of button is there. So that means that list should be there. Each and every one we need to check, right? So definitely that page will be displayed. So your type of account.
But before that, the ATM machine must have a limitation about the password. After a certain amount of time, certain attempt of failed attempts, it should.
That's why I'm saying. Always I told you, like, think about the positive first. Make it positive. All are working step by step. So all you need to check, because when you verify PIN number, that means if you enter PIN number 3 times, and then they will lock the card and they'll say, okay, I contact you with your bank. They will not return back to you. This is their policy. So that time, how you check? You put that negative test, you put your card and then put 3 times wrong PIN number, and then check it, your ATM card is coming or not. Correct? So that is the negative test. Always think about first positive. Otherwise, you will be distracted from the positive. And then after that, we need to check those steps, right? And then you have a balance. You need to put the transaction. You need to put the amount, and then you confirm. When you put the confirm, and then you get the receipt. And then after you get the receipt, your card will come back, right? So those are validation. Like, it is depends on the page to page, how it is navigate one page to another page, how you go through all information, and then one by one you need to check. For account selection, check the account selection. You put your savings account, right? You select your savings account, and then account information is correct or not, balance is updated or not. You need to get its information, and then the limitation also. So suppose you put maximum, you put it minimum, or you put it multiple times. So a lot of things transaction you need to verify. Let's go through one by one. So, but that's why it is high level. Seems like this is getting high level for hardware things, like she's verifying the button is working or not, and then but what about the transaction? What about the account selection? What about the you put it selection, everything is done, and then before submit you put it cancel, right? By mistakenly, when you make it a hurry, it could be issues, because it is touch screen. So that time everything is going to be empty, and then transaction should be cancelled, and then there is no back button is there, and then you need to put again, and then when you put the cancel, maybe your card will be come up. You need to rescan it. This is their policy, I'm saying. So those things you need to check those. Okay. Yep. And then definitely your email, there is a post verification, like after come you are getting information with the email address or not, email confirmation you are getting or not, or hard code printed is there or not. And then when you get the print, and then account information, your name, amount is correct, or order or date is correct order or not. Sometimes you are working on the East and then date is showing on the west coast. Suppose west coast is right now is 10 o'clock, right? 10:30. Now here is a different time zone, so we need to check it. It is perfect on your. It is showing your local time on the printed version. So those information. So when you start working, and you need to check it. Oh, those we need to validate the lot of information. Let's go through one side how you can check it, right? So those definitely we are saying here it is working as definitely we are assuming it is working as expected. So after that, here this is the ATM. So we, even though right now for advanced banking they do have deposit not only the money, nobody is writing the deposit, right? You are putting, so a lot of machine ATM machine they are allowing to deposit also and deposit check also, correct? And money will come, and then you need to count, and then how the order you want, the $50 bill, $20 bill, or $10 bill, right? There are a lot of places they allow. A lot of places they don't allow for the deposit $100 bill, correct? You need to check those issues. This is all are related to the ATM machine. It is advanced or not advanced. I didn't say it, but at least you need to get the information. ATM machine could be different criteria, different scenarios. It should be implemented, correct? So when you test, and then definitely come, it is good amount of test cases or like that way. You just take it. So suppose just walk through. Verify cartridge is working correctly, correct? After a pin, it should be inserted the value that we already spoke. And then dispenser working is expected. Cash dispenser is working. The amount tray, right? Verify receipt print working correctly. And then touch screen should be there, the number 4. And then button should be screen button should be visible clearly. And then font text screen button should be clear as well. Sometimes a lot of people has a lot of issues with, suppose background and foreground is very close, the design is not good. Suppose a lot of people are in the world, a lot of people are still they're color blind. So that time it is difficult for them to read that text if it is in the background and foreground is not properly assigned. Okay, and then the font text and each number of button on the keypad. Verify functionality cancel button on the keypad. Right, when you cancel, and then definitely anytime, any state. Suppose you are in the middle of the transaction, you could be a account verification, or you could be a any state on your application, and then when you press cancel button, definitely it should work. Just 1 second. And verify text color keypad. This is the physical things, right? This is all those you need to check it. Color text font data should be able to read clearly. Verify language selection, and then insert card correct pin, and then print the receipt, the available balance. And then you can write down verify for invalid pin number more than 3 times. It is what is the error message is showing, or it is user get that ATM card or not, or it will hold the card, right? So what is the expected depends on the ATM company. And then how much the system take the log out. Suppose you did not log out, you stay over there inactive. Maybe after 1 minute or 3 minutes later, it will be log out by default, right? So those things you need to check it. Lot of things. And then timeout functionality, time session functionality, and then deposit functionality, how much is deposit, and then verify using defined card. Defined card means suppose they are saying 4 card. Suppose you use the another card. Suppose you use not Discovery or MX and Visa and Master is fine. But if there is another Citrix or another card, right? You can try it. Or maybe drunk people, they sometimes they use I saw it, they use their ID card on the ATM machine. Drunk people, right? They don't know, and then that time it should be come out. Otherwise, if it is stuck over there, then it is problem, right? So those things reading also you need to check. And then verify message. Message means if you are insert the incorrect pin, then it will be give you the message, so incorrect pin number, and then it will empty your field for the next implementation, right? It will be or deleted when after pop up the message. And then verify message when ATM cash is no cash in the ATM. Suppose sometimes what happen is you are using your card and then 500 is available, but you are taking 700, and then they will pop up message that maximum from this machine you can take it out 500 today because available amount is not there. It could be issue, right? So definitely that need to check also is available. Whatever you put, definitely it is under your transaction they allow, but ATM machine is doesn't have inside money is got reduced. Suppose they started with 10,000 and then night time you went over there and then everybody take almost money, and then there is a 500 is remaining or 300 is remaining. I also saw it on someday on Wawa, and then I went there and then they saying maximum you can take it out 300. I thought like, oh, my balance is got reduced. No, balance is not get reduced. Daily is fine, but amount is not available for that machine. You need to check that one too, right? So definitely nobody put it that way. This is also another checkpoint. And then verify message after transaction. What happens? Verify if a user is get correct message if the card is insert incorrectly. This is error message for beginning time. And then this is for withdraw. Verify cash withdraw functionality. Insert some valid amount. Verify user can perform only cash withdraw transaction per pin insert. Verify different combination of the operation, like in the middle. Anything you can put cancel or go back or something else, or some withdraw you did, but it is more than that. So a lot of things, positive, negative, we can use this that way. And then here they are writing for the negative test cases, so they are isolating. A lot of other negative also you can do. Here you're entering more than 3 or more times. Functionality inserting expired card, invalid check if there is a checks, or maybe duplicate check. Suppose one bank you use Bank of America, you enter, you have a Chase and Bank of America, or one check same day. Suppose we have 1,000 and then you deposit it, and then immediately go to the other bank and then you deposit the same. Check it is deposited or not, or it give you the error message immediately or not.
Yeah, multiple
deposits. So right, same account. This is frauding, right? But also we need to check it. We need to check those, correct? And then invalid number of like that. So per day limitation, how many transactions you can do. This is the negative test. So those are way you can test. So think about how many test cases. He wrote down almost 31 test cases. And then I'm not saying it is going to be the perfect. Maybe some other you might miss.
Card could be damaged.
Yeah, card could be damaged, or maybe card reading error, or maybe your PIN is correct, but the database is not getting updated.
There's a money limit on your account.
Exactly, a lot of ways. So why we're putting this everything on your mind, but think about the every day we use. But before come to the market, every list they check. This is the functionality they have, and then check one by one, and then they put together hardware and software, then put on the market. Otherwise, it will not work. Correct? The same thing I told you, like for the Coke. If I give you the Coke, 1 can Coke, I test it. Okay, write down the test cases. First, what you write down the test. The amount is 350 milliliter is there or not. I will check. You need to take it out, put on your glass, wait it.
Pick it up.
Not drinking it fast. Oh, okay.
Then you have to wait.
Yeah.
And then Coke on that.
Then you wait yourself. Pour it up.
So, and then the next one, your can open properly or not, and then you can move it or not. For the your straw holder, right?
Drop test.
And then drop test also you can do. So how far it goes, and then company levels, right? Company's levels ingredient, is they are leveling properly or not? It is visible or it is readable or not, right? and then there is a lot of what is called.
After drinking the espresso, it is there.
No, not after, before, right? Or can definitely expiration date is over there or not, right? And then what else? Suppose there is any coupon code is there or not, right? Or any advertisement. So a lot of times you saw it, there is a 6 flag on the coupon code is there. So the promotion code, right? So those way, think about, like, this is the practical things, how you can think, What happens if you drink the expired one? And then what happens is durability testing. How you can do? Put on the refrigerator, make it ice or frozen, make it frozen. Is it blast or not? It should definitely, but how bad it is? We need to check. It is on the top or it is on the whole. Make it break for the explosion. So this is bad things, right? Those we need to test. Correct? Yeah. So guys, today almost 1:40. So see you next class, and then keep study, and then write down the test cases for Pizza Hut or Walmart. I gave you. I told you also, and then send back to me, and we will discuss on the next class. Because this way, I'm telling you, this is your cream and butter.
Pizza Hut sent you.
But we know, I know, but some are new, so write down start test casing. Get the information from the online source, how to write down this functionality, that functionality, and then you will get it. Okay, so see you guys. Bye for now. Have a good weekend. Take care.